Atom. What is an atom? An atom is the smallest unit of any substance and is invisible to naked eyes. Hello, can I play with you guys? Can you hear me? Oh, sorry, I must zoom in. Hi guys, can I also play with you guys? I hope you recognize me. Are you serious? No one? Hey, I am an atom. Still you can't? Okay then, let me help you. I am going to tell you my story. There was a time when people were not much interested in science, and life was passing normally. People were aware of matter, though. I found copper matter. I found new matter. But what was buried inside was not known to anyone. Suddenly, in 1789, Antoine Lavoisier announced that he found the basic substance that constituted matter. He called it an element. He said, "It is the basic unit and could not be broken down further." He also gave the law of conservation of mass. Being a chemist, and with the availability of tools, he actually could not go further. Time was passing by until 1805, when John Dalton said, if two elements form more than one compound between them, then the ratios of the masses of the second element, which combine with a fixed mass of the first element, will be ratios of small whole numbers. And he explained the reason. This happens because every element is made of unique and similar kinds of atoms. He is also considered as the father of atomic theory. The term atom was adopted from the ancient Greek adjective atom. It means invisible. Now do you know who I am? Yes, you are the atom. But can you tell us a little more? How can we see you? Was Mr. Dalton able to see you at that time? Okay, then let me explain a little more. Though you can see me now, it was not possible until 1897, when a physicist, J.J. Thomson, discovered the electron and concluded that they were a component of every atom. It contains low mass and a negative charge. J.J. Thomson said, electrons are distributed throughout the atom, possibly rotating in rings, and their charge is balanced by the uniform C of positive charge. His theory was later called the plum pudding model. Later, in 1909, Ernest Rutherford suggested that a positive charge and most of an atom's mass was concentrated in the nucleus at the center of the atom. We now know it as the Rutherford model. Soon after, in 1913, the work of Frederick Soddy described that there might be more than one kind of atom in the same element. He called them isotopes, and Niels Bohr suggested that the electrons were confined into clearly defined, quantized orbits and could jump between these, but could not freely spiral inward or outward in intermediate states. But electrons cannot randomly change their orbits. Rather, they need specific energy for that. It was known as Bohr's model. It was later, in 1932, explained by James Chadwick, who discovered neutrons are a neutral-charged particle with a mass similar to the proton, and found them responsible for different isotopic forms. Although the atomic ion's isotopic form is already known, the reason was only explained after the discovery of neutrons. Isotopes are similar atoms, but with a changed neutron number. If we lose one neutron from the nucleus, a new isotopic form will arise. This new form will be a similar atom, but with total loss of the neutron, it will have a different atomic mass. because both the proton and neutron together constitute the mass of the atom. Summary of events. Antoine Lavoisier, in 1789, first found that all matters are made up by the elements and gave the law of conservation of mass. John Dalton, father of atomic theory. J.J. Thomson, discovery of electrons, said that electrons are negatively charged and contain no mass. The plum pudding model for atomic structure. Ernest Rutherford, discovery of protons. He said the protons resized in the nucleus of an atom contain a positive charge and mass. The Rutherford model for atomic structure. Frederick Soddy, different forms of similar atoms exist and are called isotopes. He could not explain the exact reason for this. Niels Bohr, electrons rotate in the final orbit around positively charged nucleus of an atom. Bohr's model for atomic structure. James Chadwick, discovery of neutrons. He said that neutrons are uncharged particles with a mass equal to the protons and together with a photon constitute the nucleus of an atom. Oh, now we understand. We know all the scientists. They are in our textbook. Oh, okay. Can we play now?
So what does the atomic number or proton number stand for? Well, the total number of protons in the nucleus of an atom is called the proton number or the atomic number, whereas the sum of the total number of neutrons and protons together is termed as the nucleon number. Do you know what is radioactive decay? This is the process in which a nucleus of an unstable atom loses its energy by emitting particles of ionizing radiation in the form of alpha particles, beta particles, and gamma rays. Therefore, materials that exhibit radioactive decay are called radioactive material, such as radium. Did you know that the nucleus of an atom contains a lot of energy? To know more about this, let's check nuclear fission.
Nuclear fission.